We have a lot of Universal news to talk about today. And first, I'm going to start with the new interactive wands coming to Universal Orlando. But these aren't just new designs. This is the second generation of interactive wands. These new wands will debut on March 1st, so this Saturday, and they're going to be more advanced and even more immersive than the first generation. They're going to have light and haptic effects, so there's going to be different lights and vibrations when you're casting certain spells, and they're going to have the ability to customize them and use the app to keep track of all your spell casting. It's going to be next level. The wands will connect to the Universal Orlando app, where you'll be able to customize them with your name, your Hogwarts house, and even your Patronus. All of these attributes will be integrated into the effects during your spell casting. So depending on your choices, your spells may be a little different. All of these things will allow the guest to have a more personalized experience, and you'll even be able to go on different adventures based on varying skill levels. Completion of these tasks in a certain amount of time will earn you points. Of course, you're going to be trying to get house points. Yes, guests will be able to earn house points for their Hogwarts house. And every day, one Hogwarts house will win the House Cup. So based on all the points accumulated throughout the day, one Hogwarts house will be the winner at the end of each day. Guests will be able to earn points for their Hogwarts house by casting different spells, and they'll also be able to see how they compare to their friends by looking at the leaderboard. You'll also be able to follow each other, very similar to VillainCon. If you use the app for VillainCon, you can look at other people's scores, you can look at where you rank, and you can customize your blaster through the app. So very similar to what we're going to have with the wands. You'll be able to purchase the wand, link it in the app, and then customize it. The second generation of wands will come with a wand burst on the front of the box, and there will be 4 available starting March 1st. And they've got a map in them, and I have a feeling it's going to include Epic Universe, because there are going to be 14 new spells in the Ministry of Magic at Epic Universe, and 5 new spells are coming to these parks that are already open. So we are going to have 2 new spells in Hogsmeade and 3 new spells in Diagon Alley. Yes, I know, can't believe it, right? New spells finally. So 5 new spells are coming to the parks that are currently open, and those are going to be the Dueling Dummies, which is going to be located over by Hogwarts Castle. I think it's over by the lockers. And what the spell is you'll be dueling with a dummy. You'll basically bring the dummy, to life and duel with the dummy there. So that's going to be one new spell. There's also going to be a second new spell over by the Owl Post, and that's going to be in the window. You'll see pixies flying about, and you're going to want to freeze them, but they're going to be trying to hide behind the different packages in the window. If you've been following me for a long time, we actually saw the animation of the pixies in the window a while back in one of my videos. So seen them. So it looks really cool though, so it'll be really cool to see the effect. So that'll be in the owl, like at the window of the Owl Post in Hogsmeade. So those are the 2 at Islands of Adventure. Over at Universal Studios Florida, there are 3 in Diagon Alley, and actually all 3 of them are in Nocturne Alley. First, we have the Nocturne Alley staircase, another one that if you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen me point out the camera. In Nocturne Alley, there's a staircase that goes up, and there's like a little fenced gate thing in front of it. That's going to be the new spell. So the description for this one says, in Diagon Alley, guests must defend themselves by conjuring their Patronus after a Dementor emerges within the dimly lit staircase. So it sounds like we're going to see Dementors, and you're going to conjure Patronus. That's going to be customized in the app and personalized to you. So whatever your Patronus is what you're going to conjure. The other 2 locations in Diagon Alley for new spells will be located just around the corner from there. This is the Ariadne's Spinners. So this is going to be where the spiders are all over the walls, where the newspapers are. So guests will need to cast a spell to repel the spiders of all sizes before they take over the newspaper-covered glass windows. So hopefully you don't mind spiders. And the final new spell is going to be the Diagon Alley Sky, where guests will cast a spell into the sky to control a storm or a counter spell to calm the storm. And I actually recently walked through and I was looking at the sky and I thought, has that always been there? So that's going to be cool. So there's going to be 5 new spells here at these parks, 14 new spells over at Epic Universe, 4 new second generation wands, and we also have 9 new wands coming to Epic Universe for the Wizarding World there. These are just the first generation interactive wands. They are not going to be able to link to the app or anything like that. These are just, French influence wands, basically. Also, in addition to the new spells, there have been some books added in certain spots, and those will basically give a little bit of a guide to those that are struggling. So it sounds like if somebody needs help, the book may give them a little tip on how to improve their spell casting. We've also seen some of those books appearing in the windows over the last few months, so now we know what they are. And in other Epic Universe news, team member previews start March 1st. So kind of seems like a good time to drop the new wands, right? Team members were able to sign up this morning for spots for a team member preview that will be March 1st through March 7th. This is a strict no photo, no video policy for this preview, and it is team members only. So don't worry if you don't want spoilers. There should not be any leaks anywhere because it is team members only. They're going to fire anybody that, posts photos, so don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Anyway, it's not worth it. But anyway, so should not see anything spilled, but you'll probably maybe hear people talking about it. Also, team members will have the opportunity to take friends and family to a preview March 8th through March 14th, but they have not given details on that yet. But when they do, somebody please take me, send me a message. Somebody please take me, please. Anyway, other Epic Universe news, we have seen fireworks testing. Last week, I caught fireworks testing, luckily. It looked to be the full show of some sorts. It was over 25 minutes long. It looked pretty impressive. No announcement yet on the show though, so stay tuned for more information on that. But Universal has confirmed flying dragons. Not that that's a surprise to this channel because we saw our first flying dragon on August 1st, 2024. I went back and looked at the date. It makes me feel old. I love it though. It's so funny though because I was at a really, really, really low place and I was really didn't know what was going to happen. And I looked out the window and I saw a flying dragon and my life changed for the better. So I'm so grateful to that. But now Universal has confirmed we will see Gronkles and Monstrous Nightmares. And I think that's so funny because the first video I ever posted of the flying dragons, there were like thousands of comments that were like, that's no ordinary dragon, that's a monstrous nightmare. And I just thought, really? And I could see the shape once people said it. But I love that even in that terrible grainy footage, people were able to know what dragon that was. So I'm definitely gonna go to Isle of Berk first, but I have gotten off topic. They've confirmed dragons flying and walking, so that's very exciting there. Now moving out to Texas, we're going to talk about the Universal Kids Resort. New details have been announced, and that's going to open in Frisco, Texas in 2026. It is a park that is aimed at younger children, young families with young children, smaller little ones. So that's going to be an interesting, move for Universal. They have finally confirmed all 6 of the themed lands in the park. There's going to be a Shrek area, Puss in Boots, Trolls, Minions, SpongeBob SquarePants, Jurassic World, And in the hub, they will have Gabby's Dollhouse. I love the choices they made for this. Very exciting. Interesting to see SpongeBob. I'm most excited for Jurassic World. I'm a huge Camp Cretaceous fan. The Shrek area will have an ogre swamp playground, so it sounds very similar to what we have in DreamWorks Land. The Minions area will be, you know, for splashing around. There's going to be a lot of different smaller attractions, entertainment, sensory areas, places just to kind of hang out and have food and drink. Just, you know, a great place for little ones. I'm really excited to see this. If you don't know, I used to work at Universal Orlando in attractions for many years, and it was really tough to tell people that there was nothing for really little kids because almost everything has a really high height requirement. And so when I saw this announcement, I thought, finally, because Universal's really not always the like baby friendliest place. So I love that this is going to be a new place for young families to find their love of Universal on a smaller level. And then as those kids grow, they'll go to the bigger parks. I think that's kind of an exciting thing. But obviously we have new details. We also have some artwork for the hotel. There's going to be a 300-room resort there, which is going to be perfect if you're going to visit. It's going to basically like walk right into the park. It's going to practically be the entrance of the park. Prime location if you want to visit the Universal Kids Resort. I want to go because I want to see the Camp Cretaceous. They've got Bumpy in the artwork. It's so cute. And finally, let's talk about Fast and Furious Supercharged. Universal Studios Hollywood has officially confirmed that Fast and Furious Supercharged will close permanently on March 10th, 2025 on the studio tour. So that is Hollywood Studio Tour. If you're not familiar, you board a tram. It's like an hour-long tram ride, and you go through different portions of the ride. Like, there's different stops along the way, and one of them is you pull in and you experience Fast and Furious Supercharged, almost the same as what's in Orlando, just like 2 fewer rooms. So you got the party scene and you got the car scene. So anyway, point being, this portion of the studio tour is going to close permanently and will be replaced by something new. Whatever new thing is coming has not been announced yet, though. But Universal Studios Hollywood is getting a Fast and Furious roller coaster, Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. That's going to open in 2026. So there's no need for Fast and Furious on the studio tour if they're going to have a Fast and Furious coaster. But it does make you wonder about what's going to happen in Orlando, because the original Fast and Furious Supercharged was from the studio tour. They took that segment from the studio tour and just made it its own ride at Universal Orlando. Big mistake. Hey, I was on the opening team of that attraction. I can say that. But anyway, there have been rumors about Orlando's closing eventually, and I would not be surprised if that happened, but I think a lot of things are going to start moving after Epic Universe opens. We're going to see Rip Ride Rockit closing this year. We have, something coming to where Poseidon used to be. There are things coming, so I'll be interested to see what happens with Fast and Furious in Orlando. I got to be the last person on that ride, though, because it means something to me. Family forever. And on that note, I think that's all the updates I have for you today. But please let me know in the comments if you prefer the longer videos like this where I have several different updates, or if you like how last week, each day I did a different announcement in its own video. So I made a video about Volcano Bay Nights. I made a video about Horror Unleashed. Would you prefer the shorter, like breaking news, like short, sweet, or do you like the longer format videos like this where I brought up several different stories? Let me know in the comments. I'm very excited to bring you even more Universal news. We got a lot of exciting things coming this year. I will see you guys next time. Bye.